You're watching TV9 News and I'm Prajwal D'Souza. The whole country is reeling under the second wave of COVID-19. The shortage of medical oxygen and the lack of availability of vaccines have added to the country's woes. Amid the rising deaths due to the shortage of medical oxygen, India's Defence Research and Development Organization, or the DRDO, has developed a new anti-COVID-19 oral drug called 2-deoxy-D-glucose or 2-DG. The DRDO said that the drug will help patients to reduce their dependency on medical oxygen. So first, I will tell you about the 2-DG drug. Well, the 2-DG drug was manufactured by the Institute of Nuclear Medicine and Allied Sciences, a lab of the DRDO, in collaboration with Hyderabad-based Dr. Reddy's Laboratories. According to the press release by the Defence Ministry, the drug accumulates or gathers in the cells which are affected by the coronavirus. It then prevents the viral growth inside the cells by stopping viral synthesis and energy production. The Defence Ministry called it unique as it has the ability to selectively accumulate in the cells infected by the virus. Coming to the important part, which is the trial results. The Defence Ministry said that the clinical trial results of the drug at this molecule helps in faster recovery of hospitalized patients and reduces their dependency on medical oxygen. One more advantage of the drug is that it's a generic molecule and can be easily produced and made available, the Defence Ministry had said earlier. So how is it taken? Well, the 2-DG drug comes in the form of a powder packed in sachets. The drug is taken orally after dissolving in water. On 1st May, the Drugs Controller General of India, or the DCGI, granted emergency use approval to use in moderate to severe patients as an adjunct therapy. According to the latest reports, the first batch, which contains nearly 10,000 doses, will be released early next week. So what makes the drug unique and how does it help to reduce the dependency on oxygen? Here is what Bengaluru-based Dr. Vishal Rao, an oncologist, has to say. Well, doctor, how does the drug work and how can it help to reduce the dependency on medical oxygen?
Typically in a human body, the oxygen is being present when glucose is getting utilized, and that is called oxidative phosphorylation, and that allows a very controlled manner of use of glucose so that the cells do not rapidly grow or rapidly multiply. Whereas in the same scenario in COVID, it follows a similar pattern here, and in this juncture what 2-DG is known to do is, it is known to disrupt this particular mechanism and induce an anti-inflammatory process. Now there are some theories that are also talking that there is a direct antiviral effect of 2-DG on the SARS-2 COVID, but that is something that is far from being proven right now, but definitely there is some indication towards it. But the more important indication through which the mechanism of action of 2-DG seems to work and reduce the oxygen demand is to disrupt this particular process of the aerobic glycolysis, under which the virus is using the glucose without using oxygen, and in this way.
Why is the drug being termed unique?
2-DG is a well-known drug and it is known for various of its capabilities. In fact, the utility of 2-DG in oncology has been tried for years under the principle that sugar feeds cancer. So today, under this extended hypothesis, the studies that have been done by the DRDO team have shown a very conclusive proof that there was a reduction in oxygen demand and recovery for patients in the phase 3 clinical trials, which was based on some very interesting data in comparison of patients who were given 2-DG versus patients who were not given 2-DG. And the difference in oxygen requirement was nearly 10%, as what I understand in these clinical trials. So while this result is encouraging, this does not seem to be a magic drug for COVID as of now.
What makes its composition different?
2-DG is not an antiviral drug. However, there are some hypotheses that have pointed out to the fact that there were certain amount of activity of 2-DG directly against the SARS-CoV receptors. Having said that, we are still far away from making such a conclusion to say that it is an antiviral drug. What we now know is it's an anti-inflammatory drug that is seeming to disrupt the glucose utilization and the reprogramming of the glucose utilization by the virus, and also enhance the immune system at the current point.
Is it an antiviral drug? Does it kill the virus?
Well, this drug is not a replacement for oxygen. It is an anti-inflammatory, much like steroids, much like many other anti-inflammatories that are being tried today. And it is one such additional drug in the armamentarium of anti-inflammatories and is not a particular step towards reduction of oxygen by itself. What we need to understand today is, on an average today, 17% of the daily diagnosed cases may require oxygen. And this particular group of patients overnight or with immediate effect may not be able to reduce the oxygen demand of the full country based on just a drug. So it's very important to understand that definitely this drug is got a potential towards enhanced recovery and reduced oxygen requirement for individual patients. But over a period of time, this can result into reduction in the overall requirement of oxygen, but that's too far a hypothesis at this juncture.
Will the drug aid in combating the lack of oxygen in the country, or is it too early?
In science, we've reached a point now when there is some indicator or a proof of concept to show that this drug has a potential to combat the current crisis. And definitely the next coming days will open up a lot more of data as it enters into clinical practice to show about its potency and potential to be a weapon against COVID in the next coming days. And we are hopeful that some of these new attempts will give us new direction in the fight against COVID.
With the increased rise in cases, it is important to follow all the safety protocols to stay safe. If you like this content, do give this video a big thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to TV9 News on all the social media platforms. Thank you for watching and stay safe.